Welcome back to Goldfries. This is the Cooler Master MasterBox NR200P. Now, there are two variants. The NR200P comes with a glass panel, while the NR200 is, of course, without it. The NR200P retails at RM399, which is almost about 100 US, while the non-P model, the NR200, retails at RM269. It costs far less, which is about 70 plus US. However, it does not have the panel, of which, in my opinion, between these two models, you should definitely get this NR200P. Now, they are available also in either white or black, and I chose the white one, and this is my build. Now, let's have a closer look at the Cooler Master NR200P. Starting from the top, the NR200P comes with a mesh cover and a simple front panel with the Cooler Master logo shaped power button. The screwless side panel is easily removed, and right there is another removable panel for mounting cooling components like fans and radiator. On the other side, you can see there's a huge cutout for the motherboard and an opening for the power supply ventilation. At the rear, you can see that the NR200P offers you two ways to mount the graphics card. The first one is the conventional horizontal mount with 3 PCIe brackets worth of expansion. The second one being the vertical mount that accommodates less. The front panel opens easily, while the top panel needs quite some gentle pressure to dislodge. Both are toolless as well. The NR200P comes with a set of accessories. First up are the two 120mm sickle flow fans that comes pre-installed with fan grill, and underneath the fans are the mounting screws, and over here is the riser cable, of which I'm impressed with the build quality. The NR200P comes also with the front panel cables pre-clipped into one single mount stack. This is a first for me, and it's really impressive. Now, I won't bore you with the build process. For this build, I'm using the ID Cooling Zoomflow 240X Snow Edition. I pre-mounted it at the detachable base of the NR200P before assembly. Here's what it looks like with my ASRock Z490 Mini-ITX AC motherboard installed. It uses an Intel Core i5-10600 processor, 2 sticks of TeamGroup T-Force Xtreem ARGB memory, one TeamGroup T-Force Delta Max SSD, and I used two Silverstone LS04 ARGB strips to add brightness to the interior. The power supply is an FSP Dagger Pro 650W SFX size modular unit. The SSD is mounted on the same cage as the power supply, and it is held in place by having stubs screwed on the drive and then attaching it through the rubber grommets that hold it securely. Now to the other side, this is what the cable management looks like at the point of recording. More importantly, you get the idea of what limitation you get with the NR200P. Don't worry about the panels being unable to close, as the design is such that you are able to secure it with a screw through the inside. With all that done, I got my Galax RTX 2070 White Mini mounted. The NR200P's product page and photos do not tell you how limiting the NR200P is. Even with this tiny graphics card, the tubes from the AIO were already in quite a conflict, as the tubes are pressuring it towards the side panel. You can place longer cards like this Maxon RTX 2080 Super into the NR200P, but it will surely be in conflict with the cooler tubes. The glass side panel mounts on the NR200P easily with just a simple hook at the bottom and clip at the top. With that, off we go with the protective plastic being removed so sexily from the NR200P. Here's the final form of my build, with the radiator fan now shifted to the bottom as intake and now adds underglow to the rig. Let's look at the thermals. My Core i5-10600 is overclocked to 4.4 GHz using ASRock's BFB feature, and with the Zoomflow 240X, the expected temperature is 84 degrees Celsius peak on Blender's BMW CPU test, as this is what I got when I tested it on my test bench. On the NR200P, and with the current layout and the fans set as exhaust, the temperature maintained at the same 84 degrees Celsius peak. Yes, I'm aware of the video by Gamers Nexus, and in my case, the cooler did not exhibit suboptimal performance, so we'll leave it at that. Changing the fans to intake, my casing is now of a positive airflow. However, due to the design of the openings at the bottom, my air intake is taking a hit, so the CPU now peaked at 87 degrees Celsius, which is still acceptable. Note that this is the peak with Blender load test. It will be far less during gaming. As for the RTX 2070 graphics card, it is a small card and I tested it with the side panel open and shut. Running Unigine superposition at 1080p Xtreem, I got 74 degrees Celsius peak temperature with the side panel open and 81 degrees Celsius when the side panel is shut. And this shows that the airflow is very limited and that the fans from the AIO doesn't help. It is highly possible that the temperature can be lowered a little more for both CPU and the graphics card should I replace the AIO fans with the bundled Silverstone model that has 50% more static pressure while maintaining the same airflow and noise level. Not a deal breaker for me, not something I want to put that much effort into, and I really like the white fans and white underglow LED. Alright, so we come to the end of this video. The Cooler Master MasterBox NR200P is just simply amazing. Appearance wise, it's great. Build quality wise, totally awesome. Modding ability, well, definitely it's there. The clear front panel and all that definitely has modding potential. The build experience, whew, really good. So overall, I'm giving it a double gold badge. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Do remember to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.